The Duke Wells Center is an escape from today's dreary, drizzly weather. 46 degrees outside. Fall has arrived in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And so have the Golden Sons of Arkansas Tech. The GAC's best team is looking to hold on to its number one seed in the conference as Tech controls its destiny towards that top spot in Hot Springs. The Reddies, meanwhile, sit alone at 6th place. That's probably where they'll end up in this year's tournament. And they can actually clinch a spot. You have to be a top 8 team in the conference, and they can clinch one of those 8 spots tonight with a win and some help from one of 2 other teams. There are 4 more games of GAC volleyball for both Arkansas Tech and Henderson State. The Reddies tonight are upset-minded after falling in a sweep at Harding, and the Golden Sons are alone in the left lane. They've lost just 1 conference game. Well, a good evening to all of you, wherever you may be watching this match from. I'm Spencer Bohm, calling tonight's game right here on the Henderson State Sports Network, and it is a joy and pleasure to be with you. No home volleyball games last week for the Reddies. They had 1 game, they went to Harding, and they lost in a sweep. Just 1 player in double figures, and that was Maya Robertson. And that's kind of been a story for the Reddies this season. They need both their star outside hitters to play well, both Maya Robertson and Violeta Mendoza-Quintana, in order to be competitive against these good teams. Meanwhile, for the Golden Sons of Arkansas Tech, boy, what a year it has been. The 4th season for Coach Cara Dukich, she's been incredible. The Golden Sons just 1 conference loss. They're 11-1 in GAC play, 17-5 overall, and they have picked up where they left off in the 2017 season. For those of you who have been following Arkansas Tech volleyball for a long time, you'll know that team went 35-1. They went 16-0 in the conference and were ranked 14th nationally, made it to an NCAA regional as well, and Coach Christy Bayer moved on to bigger things and as of today is the athletic director for Rockhurst. So you know that this is a program with a storied history here in the Great American Conference, and it looks like they're starting to go back to some of that talent that they had, some of that prominence that they had in the conference back in 2017. Meanwhile, going back to the Reddies, this has been a good season for them. They are 6-6 in the GAC. They have struggled a little bit down the stretch. There's a lot of good competition in the Great American Conference, and there are some games you would have hoped the Reddies would have won that they have fallen in. As a matter of fact, they're 2 5-set matches away from actually having 8 wins and 4 losses in the conference as opposed to the record that they have right now. But at the same time, they are in the top half of the GAC standings. They do have talent on this roster, and I'll tell you what, when this talent plays a complete game, they can beat anybody. Their best win in the conference this year has been against Southwestern Oklahoma State, and in that game, they received great production from their 2 hitters, Maya Robinson and Violeta Mendoza-Quintana. What I mean by that is they both contributed doubles in kills and digs, and that really helps out the backline and Mackenzie Thoman, the Reddies libero. 4 more games for both of these squads. We'll go through the remaining schedule for each one. For Tech, it's tonight against Henderson State. They head to Searcy on Thursday and play Harding, which is a good program. Then they'll head to Monticello next week, November 9th, and play Arkansas Monticello. And then they'll host their final game after a 3-game road stand against Ouachita Baptist in Tucker Coliseum. Their toughest game will be Harding. Arkansas, Monticello, and Ouachita have struggled this season. Meanwhile, for the Reddies after tonight's game, they will stay here on Thursday night. We'll have that game at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. University of Arkansas, Monticello. And then a week from tonight on Tuesday, they'll host Ouachita Baptist for the second installment of the Battle of the Ravine. The Reddies won the previous match 3-0. That was actually their first conference game this year. Then for their season finale on Thursday, November 11th, they'll head to Southern Arkansas University. That'll be at 6 p.m. down in Magnolia. We'll send you over to tonight's PA announcer, David Sally, for announcements.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Duke Wells Center on the campus of Henderson State University for tonight's Great American Conference match between the visiting Arkansas Tech Golden Sons and your Henderson State Reddies. At this time, we ask that you please turn your attention to the south end of the gymnasium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. now let's meet the starters for both teams, beginning first with our visitors, the Golden Sons of Arkansas Tech. A junior, number 1, Megan Solberg. A senior, number 2, Emily Ragsdale. A senior, number 6, Madison Grantham. A junior, number 8, Caitlin Bradley. A senior, number 12, Timber Riley. A freshman, number 13, Jamie Myrick. And a junior, number 15, Brianna Merkel. Arkansas Tech is led by head coach Cara Dukich, who's assisted by Christopher Nook and Kennedy Shelstead. And now the starting lineup for your Henderson State Reddies. A sophomore from North Richland Hills, Texas, number 7, Caitlin Sykes. A senior from North Little Rock, Arkansas, number 8, Maya Robinson. A freshman from Greenbrier, Arkansas, number 9, Bray Denton. A junior from Chihuahua, Mexico, number 10, Violeta Mendoza Quintana. A freshman from Beaumont, Texas, number 12, Christiane Uzo. A junior from O'Fallon, Missouri, number 16, Mackenzie Thoman. And a junior from Flower Mound, Texas, number 21, Taylor Scalzi. The Reddies are led by head coach Phil McDaniel, who's assisted by Aubrey Wilson and Marilla Vasconcelos.
Those were your starting lineups provided by PA announcer and sports information David Sally. Our keys to the game tonight, and we'll start with Henderson State University. Tonight's key for them, double-double, toil, and trouble. Yes, Halloween was 2 days ago, but more importantly, Violeta Mendoza Quintana and Maya Robinson, they both had double-doubles in the Reddies win over Southwestern Oklahoma State. That's their best win perhaps all season, and definitely in the GAC. Meanwhile, for Arkansas Tech, the old phrase, give 110% of your effort. For Tech, give 180% of your effort. When the Golden Suns hit under 180, they are 4-5. They're undefeated when they hit over 180. Henderson State limits opponents to 137. It would be big, too, if the Reddies can get good production from somebody like Christiane Uzo, a freshman from Beaumont, Texas, who is playing tonight. The Reddies are on the right side of your screen. They're wearing their red jerseys tonight, and the Golden Suns on the left side wearing their yellow jerseys. I'll tell you what, this is an incredible uniform combination for both of these squads. Reddies volleyball about to take place in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. We are an hour southwest of Little Rock, and we are about an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes northeast of Texarkana. The Golden Suns, they hail from Russellville, a couple hours up the road. And starting for service will be Jamie Myrick of the Golden Suns, a freshman libero from Bentonville. And she sends it straight across, and we're underway. Violeta Mendoza Quintana with the first strike. Response comes from Timber Riley. Mendoza Quintana right into the arms of Grantham the libero. And Ragsdale met up at the net. Here goes Violeta Mendoza Quintana. It's blocked out of bounds. The Reddies will get the first point of the evening. Team records. Arkansas Tech 17-5 on the season, 11-1 in the GAC. They are alone in first place. Oklahoma Baptist and Southwestern Oklahoma State are tied for second place at 10-2. The Reddies 17-8, 6-6 in the conference, and they are alone in sixth place. They're behind Harding by 2 games, and they are ahead of Southern Nazarene, Northwestern Oklahoma State, and Southeastern Oklahoma State by 2 games. And speaking of the number 2, they lead this one 2-0. The scenario for tonight, the Reddies will clinch a spot in the GAC tournament. The actual spot itself won't be clinched, but they will go to the GAC tournament for sure if they win tonight and get a loss from either Southern Nazarene or Southeastern Oklahoma State. They lead the head-to-head advantage against both of those programs. Ball is going to be pooched out of bounds by Mackenzie Thoman. Should go down as a reception error and the first point of the day for Arkansas Tech. The libero will be serving for Tech. That's Madison Grantham, a senior from the state of Missouri, standing at 5'6". Scalzi cannot set off the pass, and we're tied.
number 6, Madison Grantham.
Grantham credited with the ace. And that'll be her 29th of the season. And responds right there with her 20th service error of the season. And that puts Mackenzie Thoman behind the line. The Reddies will break the 2-0 Tech run. Thoman, a junior libero from O'Fallon, Missouri, standing at 5'4", GAC Defender of the Year during the spring season.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
Brianna Merkel will serve for Tech, 5'11" junior from Franklin, Wisconsin. Once again, a bad pass.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
And for the first time tonight, Arkansas Tech takes a lead. And once again, Merkel behind the line. And for her, that was her 21st ace of the year. Denton to the back line. It falls. And we're tied at 4. So the Reddies, coming off that loss at Harding in a sweep, they've gone back and forth. They swept Southern Nazarene last week, or I should say the week before on Friday. They lost to Oklahoma Baptist in 4 the day before. And the week before then, they had done a road trip to the state of Oklahoma, beat Southeastern Oklahoma State in 5, and the night before, lost to East Central in 5. Hatt is serving right now for the Reddies. One of 2 setters who frequently plays, as the ball went through a pair of hands for a point for Tech.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
And we're tied at 5. Timber Riley to serve. 4th in the GAC in kills per set. Just under 3 1/3. Into the net. That's her 38th error on a serve this year. And that puts Maya Robertson behind the line for Henderson State. Maya Robertson, she is a transfer from the University of Arkansas Little Rock. Skips this one across the net. And what a great reception from her. Tayasia Magruder underhands the ball to the front line. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana was right there. Here goes Magruder, finding the corner. The ball is free, and it is down. Tayasia Magruder. Her 80th kill of the year. She didn't play during the spring season due to an injury, but she did play every game and 4 shy of every set in 2019.
Arkansas Tech.
As she commits the error on the serve. These 2 teams did meet in Russellville at Tucker Coliseum earlier this season. Reddies fell 3-1. And looks like that may have been blocked. Either blocked or it hit the net. And the Reddies lead this one 8-6. And it will go down as an attack error by Caitlin Bradley. Bray Denton was there, and Denton will serve. Finds the center. Ball dumped. Diving save from Robinson. And Denton will fish the ball to the side. Grantham on the attack. It's a soft one at that. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana didn't get it.
Arkansas Tech.
Tech down by 1. And Megan Solberg will serve. She's a native of Conway, about 90 minutes away from here. 5'3", redshirt junior, defensive specialist or libero. Not a libero tonight. Violeta Mendoza-Quintana, it's blocked out of bounds. And for Mendoza Quintana, her second kill of the night, she now leads the Reddies. Well, her hitting percentage was 0 against Harding. That's probably a big reason why the Reddies weren't able to stay very competitive. They did lose the second set by 2 sets. That second set, actually, the final score was 32-30 in favor of Harding. But she had 5 kills, 5 errors on 27 attacks. And speaking of attacks, that's a beautiful one from Emily Ragsdale, native of Las Vegas, Nevada. She's a transfer from the College of Southern Nevada. Averages over 2 kills per set. She's great at blocking, too. 62 total blocks this year, 10 of them solo, and 52 assisted. Jamie Myrick, native of Bentonville. Here's Caitlin Sykes. Got it! 10-8. And right away, Maya Robertson and Violeta Mendoza Quintana both providing help on defense. They've combined for 4 digs tonight. As I mentioned during my keys to the game, both Robinson and Mendoza Quintana had double-doubles. And a block! Knocked down by Caitlin Sykes. It's 11-8. And for Caitlin Sykes, 98th block on the year for a Reddies team that has over 200 blocks this season. Came into the night with 231 total blocks to just 111 for opponents. Scalzi sets up for Uzo, and Uzo got blocked. Robinson blocked again. It goes down on the logo, and Tech will break the run. Well, Arkansas Tech's hitting percentage was at 0 just before that block. It will stay there. So they're hitting 0, and the Reddies are hitting 308. Plenty of time left. Sykes, too far.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
The Reddies' hitting percentage had just dropped down to 231 before that, and it will drop further. And Grantham to serve for Arkansas Tech. Mendoza Quintana passes to Scalzi. Robinson, it's blocked, but it falls on the ground, inbounds. And Arkansas Tech has tied the set. It's a 3-0 run for the Golden Suns. And Grantham will serve again. The Reddies led this one 11-8 just a moment ago. Uzo. Ball popped up in the air. Riley. Back it goes. Thoman. Ball's up in the air. No. Couldn't cross the net. And Arkansas Tech on a 4-0 scoring run. Both teams are now hitting at exactly .062. And a well-timed service error will tie the game at 12. That breaks the 4-0 run for Arkansas Tech. Both teams 16 attacks, 5 kills, and 4 errors. And Thoman sends it to the back line. Here's Riley. Good reception by Thoman. It's back across. Scalzi. The ball goes back. Robinson, good recovery. That is the kind of discipline that you need. Speaking of discipline, another block for the Reddies. Christiane Uzo. Royalty of Beaumont. And her 67th block of the year. Played 3 sports in high school: track, volleyball, and soccer. Robinson somehow able to sling it across. What a play. Scalzi with the pass to Thoman. Is set up for Robinson. Skips it and got it. And the Reddies up by 2. Thoman right to the middle. Riley.
Number 12, Timber Riley.
And Timber Riley, who, as I said just a moment ago, 4th in the GAC and kills per set. She leads the way now with 3 on the evening. Riley, a senior of Bentonville, Arkansas. As everybody who lives in this state knows, that's where Walmart was founded. And Maya Robertson. She hails from North Little Rock. She went to Division I, Arkansas Little Rock, up in the state capital. Played there for a couple of years, and she was good too. And she's had a huge role for the Reddies this season. She and Violeta Mendoza-Quintana are a big part of this Reddies attack. The Reddies came into the night with a 201 attacking percentage. And it is dumped right into the net by Haley Palladini for the error. The Reddies are up by 3. And a timeout's going to be called by Tech. The Reddies are 9 away from winning the first set, but we've still got a lot of work to do when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Well, what's the formula to beating Arkansas Tech? Well, from a quite simple perspective, you have to out-hit them. When Arkansas Tech is hitting below 180, they're 4-5 this year. That's all 5 of their losses. They're hitting 0 at the moment. Reddies up by 3. You have to get to 25 and win by 2. And this will be Hatt serving. A little bit of trouble there for Tech, trying to pass and set the ball, and Denton tries to down the ball. Robertson has to swipe it up. And Tyaja Magruder nearly got the kill, and the Golden Suns can't recover. Point Reddies. Tyaja Magruder with her second kill of the evening. She's tied with Mendoza-Quintana and Robinson for first. And she's hitting. It's a little bit early. 2 kills and 3 attacks, no errors, 667. That's not a good sample size. But still, though, a very impressive start for her. It's blocked right down. Cannot get it across the net. And for Arkansas Tech, a little sigh of relief. The Golden Suns down by 3. Only loss this season for the Golden Suns was a sweep against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Foster will serve. Magruder. And Denton. Ball is free, and the Reddies up by 4. Bray Denton, her second kill of the evening, and the Reddies playing very balanced right now. That's now 4 players tied atop the leaderboard with 2 kills apiece for the Reddies, and the team is now hitting 200. And it's sent back by Thoman off her hands. And Tech down by 3. Caitlin Bradley, the native of Springville, Utah. She's a transfer from Salt Lake Community College. A big shift to come from Utah to Arkansas, and she'll shift the ball out of bounds on the serve for the error. Reddies are now 6 away. They'll bring in Trinity Sharp. 5'7" freshman. Plays primarily on the defense. She went to the same high school as Skylar Fernandez. Excuse me. Pardon me there. Who is also on this team. Ball is attacked wide. Reddies up by 5. But Trinity Sharp.
Timeout, Arkansas Tech.
Native of Springdale, Arkansas, comes in right before Arkansas Tech calls a timeout, and the Golden Suns lead by 5. You're watching Henderson State Volleyball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Five-point lead for the Reddies in set 1. As we welcome you back here on the Henderson State Sports Network. The Reddies have one win against the 5 teams who are above them in the GAC standings, and they have 5 losses to those teams, including one loss against Tech this season already. Sykes does a good job there making sure the ball gets across. Mendoza-Quintana, it's blocked. It goes off her body. Tech down by 4. And Palladini with the kill. Pardon me, the block. Her first of the night. GAC standings, it's Tech at 1 with an 11-1 conference record. Oklahoma Baptist and then Southwestern tied at second at 10-2. East Central at 9-3. Harding 8-4, and Henderson State at 6-6. Thoman saves the ball from the middle. Magruder slings it across, and the Reddies are up by 5. Taisha Magruder, she's off to a great start. Leads the team with 3 kills tonight, the 5'9" junior. Native of Phoenix, Arizona. Went to Sunny Slope High School. And disaster for Tech. They cannot handle the ball, and the Reddies are up by 6. Well, I was having some conversations with some people who work with Henderson, and I was talking with David Sally, our sports information director in particular. He and I both agreed that the Reddies needed to win this first set if they wanted to have a chance tonight. Now, they don't have this clinched by any means. They are up by 5. They have to get 3 and win by 2 to win this first set, but this is a step in the right direction. You don't want to go down 1-0 to the leader in the GAC. You want to have the momentum and the energy going into those next at least 3 sets, 2 or 3 sets. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana strikes the back of the court. It's 23-17. And Mendoza-Quintana, her 3rd kill. Arkansas Tech is out of timeout, so the Reddies are hitting over 200 again. 0-3-2 is the number for Tech. Back over and back over again. And Tech able to put one on the scoreboard. But the Golden Suns, they just haven't really been able to consistently string together points here in this first set. Credit to them, though. They're out-blocking Henderson State 4-2. That's not a stat that you usually outdo Henderson State in. Taylor Scalzi having a conversation with one of our officials. And this is a good time to remind you of our upcoming broadcasts. Thursday night, we'll have the Reddies game against Arkansas Monticello. That's right here. That game will serve at 6:30 p.m. Central Time right here on the Henderson State Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook. And then on Saturday, go on the road with us on Arkansas Rocks, the Henderson State Sports Network, available via multiple stations. For more information, visit hsusports.com. The ball's going to bounce over the basketball backboard, but it's still alive, and Mackenzie Thoman sends it across. There's a basketball backboard hanging up on the ceiling, and it rolled over it. The ball is still alive, and Robertson will fish the ball across. Robertson again, got it! 24-18. You have got to be kidding me. That was improbable. And now the Reddies with set point. Mackenzie Thoman straight away. All swiped up in the air. And the ball hits the antenna. And Tech down by 5. The Golden Suns will catch a break from the efficient attacking from Henderson State right now. And boy, do they need that. Gracie Palmer will serve. Sophomore from Russellville. Decide to stay in her home state for college. Or hometown, I should say. And through the hands of Denton and Robinson. And another Tech point. They're on a 2-0 run. Palmer again. Denton. Ball pushed forward. And now to the back line, and here is Scalzi with the set. Uzo, the ball gets skipped and popped up in the air. Sent across by Riley, blocked right back. Riley again, blocked, and it's out of bounds. And a 3-0 run for Tech. How about that? They have to score 3 more consecutive points to keep this match alive. And Coach McDaniel, who had both of his timeouts, will use one right here and try to regain the stride of his team. We'll come right back on the Henderson State Sports Network. A reminder to join us. Pre-game coverage begins at 1 p.m. Central Time on Arkansas Rocks. Check your local station by going to hsusports.com. Kickoff will be at 2 p.m. Central Time. Meanwhile, the Reddies, they've given up a 3-0 run to Arkansas Tech. Credit to the Golden Suns for not going down easy. As they try to claw their way back again, they have to score 3 in a row to keep the set alive. Uzo, ball blocked. Robinson, parabolic, right to Grantham. We have a whistle and a point for the Reddies. And that is double contact for Arkansas Tech. And that infraction will give the Reddies the set 1 victory. We'll bring you more live coverage from the Duke Wells Center in Arkadelphia when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Zeros all as we get ready to start the second set. The Reddies lead 1-0 over Arkansas Tech. An impressive start to the match for Coach McDaniel's squad. Some stats from that first set. Henderson State out-hit Tech 162-79. And Taisha Magruder, Maya Robertson, Violeta Mendoza-Quintana with 3 kills apiece. Meanwhile, Timber Riley with 4 for Arkansas Tech and Caitlin Bradley with 3. And Timber Riley, she's hitting .214, having a pleasant evening for the Golden Suns. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. Again, we'll be live on Thursday, starting at 6:25 p.m. Central Time as the Reddies take on Arkansas Monticello. There's a few other games going on around the GAC. All 12 GAC teams in action this weekend. We'll give you scores and updates after the second set completes. So if you're Arkansas Tech, the biggest thing for them is they need to play a little bit more composed. They fell victim to good attacking from the Reddies and had trouble setting the ball effectively, and they'll get the spark they need right there on an error from Taylor Scalzi on the serve. But for Arkansas Tech, obviously you have to improve the hitting percentage. And knowing this Tech program and how good they are and what Coach Cara Dukich has been doing in her 4th season with this program, don't be surprised if they do win this second set. And Sykes out of bounds. Right as I say that,
Point, Arkansas Tech.
Tech leads 2-0. Reddies only had 2 blocks in that first set. They were both big blocks, and now Arkansas Tech starts out with a 3-0 lead. The Reddies were outblocked 4-2. And Madison Grantham will serve. Scalzi will be responsible for the attack. And it's blocked. 3rd block of the night for the Reddies. And it comes at a good time. The Reddies down by 2. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana will serve for Henderson State. Drops it on the far side. Ball nearly hits the ceiling. We have a whistle. We have an infraction on Arkansas Tech. Too much contact by one player. And it's 3-2. Reddies on a 2-0 run. That puts Mendoza-Quintana back to serve once again, tied for the team lead with 3 kills tonight. Native of Chihuahua, Mexico, a transfer from the New Mexico Military Institute. GAC Newcomer of the Year during the spring season. Christiane Uzo splits the gap and finds another point for the Reddies. We're tied at 3. And for Uzo, her first kill of the night. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana already has 8 digs. That's huge because Mackenzie Thoman is your reigning GAC Defender of the Year from the spring season. And how about Violeta Mendoza-Quintana with the ace? It's over the net. And the Reddies on a 4-0 run. But yeah, 8 digs for her. My big key for tonight is I wanted to see her and Robinson both accomplish a double-double. It may not happen, it may not have to happen, but they have to trend in that direction. They have to play as well as they do on offense as they do on defense. And what a beautiful pinpoint attack right there. Timber Riley, with her 5th kill, now leads both teams. Just 1 error for her as well. Brianna Merkel off the body of Sykes. Great save. Just barely kept alive. Thoman will send it to the back line. Ball skips through hands. Scalzi sets up off the pass. Here's Robertson, blocked away, and the Reddies up 5-4. They have scored 5 of the last 6 points between both squads. And now you'll have Thoman serving again. And once again, Mendoza-Quintana, great dig as it's sent to the corner by Robinson. And through the hands of Denton and possibly Uzo as well, and Tech has tied the game at 5. And so now you have Timber Riley, the senior from Bentonville, Arkansas, up to serve. Riley, 21 aces this year. Great block there. And they may say that was an attack error. No, they'll give it. They'll score it as a block. Haley Palladini with the block. It's hard to tell from my vantage point up here in the crow's nest. I get a good view of the action, that's for sure, but the net is a little bit of a disadvantaged position for me. Ball hits the net, speaking of which. Timber Riley with the error. We're tied at 6. So after Arkansas Tech started out with a 3-0 lead, Henderson State has evened things up, which is important because knowing Tech, this is the kind of set where they'd come out and play very strong and try and take some of the air out of the Reddies. They've been able to do that so far, but if the Reddies start taking a lead here, that's a whole different story. Skipped up in the air. Thoman passes to Hatt, sets up for Magruder, tips the ball across. Right into the body of Thoman. It's off the ground. Caitlin Bradley, her 6th kill tonight. And Tech back in the lead. Now Arkansas Tech's also hitting over 100, which is huge. We do have a whistle and another Tech point. Arkansas Tech. 4 touches on the Reddies. You get a maximum of 3. Blocks obviously don't count, and now Tech leads 8-6. They're on a 2-0 run. And they're now actually out hitting the Reddies as well overall, 125 to 111. That's the recipe right there. Mendoza-Quintana misses the mark. And another point for Tech.
Arkansas Tech.
Arkansas Tech leads 9-6. Might be a good time for McDaniel to take a timeout. Oh, he won't need to here. Madison Hatt. How about that? I don't even think she tried to do that. I think she was just trying to get it across. And it hit just inside the right line. And great response from Emily Ragsdale, the 6'2 senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Transferred from the College of Southern Nevada. 63 blocks this year. And Tech up by 3. Mendoza-Quintana, blocked. Merkel was there, Ragsdale was there. We'll see who they give it to. And a timeout for Coach McDaniel. Reddies down by 4 in the second set. Arkansas Tech, like I said, they might. Playing much, much better here in set number 2. We'll be right back on the Henderson State Sports Network. 11-7 lead for Arkansas Tech. The Golden Suns, very strong second set so far. They fell in the first set, 25-21. Reddies lead 1-0 overall. And the hitting percentage battle has very much tilted the Golden Suns' way. They're out hitting the Reddies 143-83. And Megan Solberg will serve for the Golden Suns. Right into the net. We're coming off with a Coach McDaniel timeout. He didn't even need his team to do anything there. Bray Denton will serve for the Reddies. Straight across. Blocked.
Point.
And a 2-0 run for the Reddies. 4 blocks for Henderson State, 6 for Arkansas Tech. Again, that's not a battle the Reddies usually lose. It is passed away by Robertson. The deficit is back to 3. Addison with the point. And Trista Foster will serve. Magruder, ball skipped over hands. Great recovery from Grantham. Ragsdale tries to sling it. That was Mendoza-Quintana who got it across just now, but it's back to the Reddies. Mendoza-Quintana up in the air, on the ground.
Kill number 10, Mendoza-Quintana.
And Mendoza-Quintana with her 4th kill tonight. She's now tied with Maya Robinson. 4 kills, 10 digs for Mendoza-Quintana. For Robinson, 4 kills, 5 digs. And they are so far completing the goal that I set for them in my keys to the game. For the record, they didn't hear those keys. I gave those keys just a few minutes before the match. As the attack goes long for Timber Riley. Reddies down by 1. And the Reddies, who were down 11-7 going into the timeout, have outscored Arkansas Tech 4-1. Scalzi serves. Riley blocked. And it's another Reddies point, and we're tied. Christiane Uzo. That'll be her 2nd block of the evening. Caitlin Sykes leads the way for the Reddies with 3. Scalzi to the middle. Ragsdale sends it right to Scalzi. Thoman with the setup. Robinson able to attack from the middle. And looks like there was contact, and there was, and Tech retakes the lead and breaks the 3-0 Henderson State run. Hitting percentages had just about evened before then. Reddies are out hitting Arkansas Tech. If I get an update from the stats here, it says 96-85. It's now Arkansas Tech out hitting 102-96. And sent too far from Uzo. 2-0 run for Arkansas Tech. Henderson State, 12 errors, 11 for Tech. Madison Grantham, native of the state of Missouri. Mendoza-Quintana splits a pair. And it's out of play. That's a Reddies point. Golden Suns thought there was contact. And there was either no contact or the officials didn't see it. Tell you what, it's got to be really hard to make those calls, too. The action happens so fast. I'll tell you what, I could never in my life officiate volleyball. And blocked there. Caitlin Sykes, her 4th block tonight. The sophomore from North Richland Hills, Texas, went to Birdville High School. Has played in 93 sets this year. Great save from Mendoza-Quintana. Scalzi corrals the ball. Uzo pushes it across. Here's Riley. Robinson bumps it up in the air. Robinson. It skips to the back line. Riley hit the antenna. Reddies lead.
Point, Reddies.
You have to get to 25 and win by 2. Arkansas Tech knows it and calls a timeout. We'll be back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Violeta Mendoza-Quintana will serve for the Reddies. They're up by 1. They lead 1-0 overall here in Arkadelphia over the best team in the GAC. Reddies cheer squad is in the house. Shout out to them. They have been at every home volleyball match. And that ball hit the floor.
Arkansas Tech.
Reddies tried to make a miraculous save, but couldn't do so. That breaks a 3-0 Henderson State run. Arkansas Tech has tied the match. Tied the set, I should say. Gracie Palmer will serve. Palmer came into the afternoon averaging over 4 assists per set. She and Brianna Merkel make a good team setting the ball. Merkel with over 7 assists per set.
Kill number 7,
And Caitlin Sykes with the kill to re-give the Reddies a lead. Arkansas Tech unable to collect the ball. Thoman will serve. Drilled into the hands of Thoman. Uzo! Great pickup from Grantham. Riley, ball skipped. Thoman passes to Scalzi. Here's Robertson, popped up in the air. We'll get a swing from Palladini. It's down. Tied at 16. Neither team is hitting at or over 100 right now. Both teams are tied in blocks at 6. Robinson found a seam, got it! That hit the line, and the Reddies up by 1. Riley pushes the ball across. Here's Robinson. Oh, great recovery from Tech. Denton right into Grantham. Riley to Thoman. Here's Magruder. And there it is. Reddies up by 2. Remember, they were down 11-7, and Coach McDaniel called a timeout. Hat will serve. Palladini into a crowd. Magruder, ball skipped. And this will be Addison Masters into the arms of Mendoza-Quintana. Robertson, and it hits! 19-16, and a little bit of old razzle-dazzle from Maya Robinson.
Timeout, Arkansas.
And Arkansas Tech will use its last timeout. We'll be back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies in a 19-16 lead here in our second set of action as we welcome you back to the Duke Wells Center in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And Hat will serve, and the error is committed. 19-7, Arkansas Tech now leads this one. The Reddies held deficits of 3-0 to start the set and 11-7. They called a timeout at that point. Tech has now used both its timeouts. Reddies still have one. Hopefully they won't need it. The Reddies won the first set 25-21. And they're out hitting Arkansas Tech 123-69. And Addison Masters able to collect the kill, the 5'11 senior from Norman, Oklahoma. Went to Norman High School. And a 2-0 run for Tech. That ball bounced off the top of the tape. And it's attacked wide. Reddies point. They're 5 away. Coming up at the intermission between sets 2 and 3, we'll take about a minute or so break, and then we'll give you scores from around the GAC. A lot of very important action over these next 4 games for each squad. You have teams fighting to get into or stay in the top 8. Mendoza-Quintana finds the corner. Grantham sets it up. Here's Masters. Blocked. And Palladini to the back. And a point for Tech. The Golden Suns down by 1. Both in sets and in set 2 points. Megan Solberg from Conway, Arkansas. And mishandling the ball is Denton and Robinson. They were both in the area. Miscommunication about who was supposed to pick it up. We're tied at 20. Tech on a 2-0 run. Here's Solberg straight across. It hit the tape on its way. Denton! Got it! 21-20. Reddies trying to take a 2-0 lead over the best team in the GAC. We have a whistle for a substitution. Trinity Sharp is in, Denton is out. Blocked. Violeta Mendoza Quintana, who already had 12 digs coming in with her first block. Make that her second block of the evening. Magruder. Got it. Taisha Magruder has the Reddies 2 away from taking a 2-0 lead. Unbelievable. And Robertson drills the ball into Solberg. A running tip. And Sykes misfires.
Point. Arkansas Tech.
Trista Foster will serve, 5'10 freshman from Paw Paw, Illinois. Probably named after the Paw Paw tree. It is a tree that grows fruit that tastes kind of like a mango. Fun little tidbit. And the error gives us set point. Tech with no timeouts left. Reddies with one. We will likely play this one through. Golden Suns would need 3 straight points to stay alive. Taylor Scalzi will serve. The Reddies have a chance to take a 2-0 lead against the best team in the GAC, Riley. The ball goes into the stands.
Number 12, Timber Riley.
I will temporarily quiet the crowd here in Student Athlete Night in Arkadelphia. Madison Grantham. Mendoza Quintana tips the ball. Great pickup. Grantham was able to set it. Mendoza Quintana got it! Off of Megan Solberg, and it's 2-0. We'll be back for scores from around the GAC after this. You're watching Reddies Volleyball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Time now, as promised, for scores from around the Great American Conference. In the fourth set, Southern Arkansas leading overall 2-1 in set victories, but down 9-6. That game is being played in Magnolia. That's a big rivalry there, Monticello and Southern Arkansas. They're both geographically pretty close to each other. Magnolia is a lot closer to I-30, whereas Monticello's pretty much, they're not in the southeast corner of the state, but they're fairly close. Both of those teams get standings on that. Really are in the bottom two. Arkansas, Monticello 2-10, and Southern Arkansas 1-11. We'll take you over to Ouachita Baptist. That's right, we have two volleyball games being played in Arkadelphia. Right across the street, Ouachita Baptist is down in the fourth set, 18-14. Harding leads 2-1. Impressive that the Tigers have been able to keep this one close. Set number one, Southwestern Oklahoma State leads Southeastern 24-21. And in the second set, with Southern Nazarene leading 1-0 overall, Northwestern does hold the lead in the second set 3-2. And East Central, well, looks like I have the wrong stats there. Says that ECU played Ouachita Baptist. I must have pulled up the... Either they don't have stats available yet for the East Central match, or they gave the wrong link, so sorry about that. I have their live stream open. ECU won the first set over Oklahoma Baptist 1-0. And that is a fantastic gym that they have there at East Central. I'll be there for a basketball game at some point. They have this very interesting roof design. There's a lot of interesting gyms in the GAC. So that's your score update. Your standings: Tech at 11-1, Oklahoma Baptist, Southwestern Oklahoma State both at 10-2. At fourth place is East Central at 9-3, Harding 8-4 in fifth, Henderson State in sixth at 6-6. Southern Nazarene, Northwestern Oklahoma State, Southeastern Oklahoma State, they're all tied at 4-8. Those teams trying to get the last few spots available. Ouachita still has a chance too at 3-9. They're down against Harding though. Arkansas, Monticello 2-10, and Southern Arkansas 1-11. Still technically a chance for Southern Arkansas, but it'll be very difficult for the Mule Riders. Reddies are up 2-0 over Tech. In set victories, that is. They're down 2-0 to start this third frame. Well, Tech's job was to come out and play aggressive in that second set. Well, they started to. They led 11-7. Coach McDaniel calls a timeout. And the Reddies turned the page. And if you're Tech, you have to win 3 consecutive sets in order to win this match. And it starts here. Just like the last frame, they lead 3-0. Merkel with the kill. And that puts Timber Riley up to serve, 5'10" senior from Bentonville. Talked about her earlier, came into the night 4th in the GAC in kills per set. And there's the first mistake by Arkansas Tech. They're down 3-1. That means Violeta Mendoza Quintana will serve. Ball fumbled there off the pass, but still able to keep it alive. And Thoman and Mendoza Quintana were both in the vicinity. Abby Simpson with the kill, the freshman from Miramar, Florida. Arkansas Tech recruits from all over. We have a native of Las Vegas, Nevada, Auburndale, Florida, Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have Nixa, Missouri, Fallon, Nevada, Springville, Utah, Paw Paw, Illinois, Canyon, Texas, West Columbia, South Carolina, Norman, Oklahoma, Franklin, Wisconsin, Miramar, Florida, Georgetown, Texas, Bridgeport, Texas, Tomball, Texas, and Alexandria, Kentucky. also Boulder City, Nevada. And I didn't even list the Arkansas natives. There's a few of those here, too. 5-2 is now the Tech lead here in the third installment.
Field number 8, Caitlin Bradley.
Bradley with the kill, and it's Brianna Merkel to serve. Scalzi will set the ball up for Christiane Uzo, who pinpoints it in place. 5-3, ball is punched out of bounds. Reddies are down, and Taylor Scalzi will sub out as well as Christiane Uzo. That means Madison Hatt will come in. Both she and Scalzi rotate service duties. That's why the Reddies don't have a setter with 9 or more assists per set.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
There are some teams who rely on one setter to do everything as far as, well, setting the ball goes, but for the Reddies, they do a nice job of rotating, and you wonder if next season, as the ball goes through a pair of hands, and that's a kill for Maya Robinson. Reddies down by 2 here in the third set. Tell you what, if they sweep Arkansas Tech today, which I probably shouldn't have said that right now, but I mean it's a conversation at this point based on the score. I mean, that is huge, because you have a Tech team that has just been unbeatable except for that one loss to Southwestern Oklahoma State. And Tyasha Magruder, a little bit of old razzle-dazzle. Reddies now down by 1. So once again, after that 3-0 deficit in the third frame, they're now down by 1, very similar to the way the second set started out. But yeah, it's huge, though, because for the Reddies, you know, they have struggled against the top 5 teams in the GAC. I mentioned that before. And by the nature of the way things go, that's what you expect, right? Well, the one thing that I've noticed during the matches that I've been able to watch from those top 5 matches is that the Reddies have had the talent to compete. When they lost to Arkansas Tech, they took a set from Tech. When they lost to Harding at home in 4 sets, set 2 was extremely close, and they won the third set. They can play with these teams.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
And so if you're Arkansas Tech, that's something you have to know coming in, is that this Reddies team is no joke. They'll play with anybody. And that's why they have the 6th seed as it stands. That's where they were picked to finish as well. That's top half of the league. But Arkansas Tech right now is the better team here in set number 3, a 9-5 lead. They are playing very well right now. They almost gave up that really good start. But Cara Dukich and her squad have the upper hand at the moment, and it's 10-5. Timeout, Coach McDaniel. Tech trying to stay in the ball game when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Time now for our head coach spotlight here on the Henderson State Sports Network, and we'll start with the road coach, Cara Dukich. This is her alma mater. She played volleyball very good as well. All conference, all region honors here at Arkansas Tech. Graduated in 2012. Her first season as a head coach was with St. Thomas University in Florida. Bobcats went 19-12, 15-1 in conference play. Before then, she assisted with Central Oklahoma, a Division II squad here in the Central region. She was also a graduate assistant with Arkansas Tech before then. So after her graduate assistantship with Arkansas Tech and all the other coaching stints that she has had, she's having a very successful campaign as they're going to say the ball. I think they're going to say the ball hit in play via Leda Mendoza-Quintana with the point coming off of the Coach McDaniel timeout. But this Arkansas Tech team, for those of you who have been following the program for a while, you'll know the name Christy Bayer. She's currently the athletic director at Rockport, and well-deserved for her. She was the head coach of Arkansas Tech from 2004. That's the Gulf South Conference days for Tech. She coached them from 2004 until 2017, and 2017 was just a wildly historic season. 35-1 record. 16-0 in conference play, 14th national ranking. They lost in the NCAA regionals. Just an incredible, incredible season for that program. And they're having an incredible third set. They lead 12-6. Timber Riley with the kill. This looks like a completely different team right now from what we saw in the first two sets. Again, when you go down 2-0, you do have to win the next three sets. It's best of 5. If there's one team that has the ability to do that, it's Arkansas Tech. It'll be hard. It'll be very difficult for them. But knowing how good they are, they can do it. Magruder. Ball spins sideways. Magruder again, trying for the two-peat. No. Here's Riley, blocked on the ground. 13-6, Tech leads. And very quickly, set number 3 going out of control for Henderson State. Coach McDaniel has just one timeout left. Solberg. And Sykes tries to find daylight. Rocketed across by Merkel. And Caitlin Sykes couldn't find the box. Another Arkansas Tech point. They're up 14-6. Coach Phil McDaniel with Henderson State, his 5th season with the program. In 2018, the team went to the GAC championship in Hot Springs. They fell to Harding in 4 sets. Best season that they have had as a member of the GAC. As the ball hits the antenna, it's a 14-7 deficit for the Reddies. But for Coach McDaniel, this season got off to an incredible start. And has kept this team in the top half of the GAC standings. You have to love what he is doing with this program. And that is another block. Sykes and Uzo were there. And they will give that one to Christiane Uzo. Reddies still down by 6, though. Scalzi into the net.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
Directed the ball a little bit too low. Timber Riley will serve. Here's Mendoza-Quintana. Too far for Riley. Reddies down by 6. Arkansas Tech 10 away from a set 3 victory. Again, Tech lost the first 2 sets, 25-21 and 25-22. They've only been swept by one conference opponent, and that was Southwestern Oklahoma State. That was a few games ago. They're riding a 3-game conference winning streak. And they lead 16-9. They are in the left lane right now. Madison Grantham will serve, the libero for Arkansas Tech. Here's Abby Simpson. And Uzo between defenders. Henderson State in double digits. Mackenzie Thoman will serve. Over 500 digs this season for Thoman. Simpson got the corner. 17-10 lead for Tech. And Brianna Merkel will serve. I take that back. She will substitute for Gracie Palmer. Palmer, one of the reserves on the team, came in just 36 sets played this season. Uzo is blocked. Nice recovery by Thoman. Scalzi dove over Thoman to set the ball. And it is swung down by Maya Robertson. She was there. Just instantly denied it. 17-11 lead for Tech. Reddies haven't been able to really break a 6-point deficit. And into the net on the error from Caitlin Bradley. Reddies down by 5. Nice reception from Mendoza Quintana. Here's Robertson. Nice block. Denton got it. And a timeout for Arkansas Tech, their first of set 3. Tech up by 4, down by 2 overall. We'll see you in just a moment. Madison Hatt will serve for Henderson State. Reddies down by 4. They've won the first 2 frames. As we welcome you back to Don Dyer Court, Duke Wells Center, Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Population a little over 10,000. And another block, but this time it's a blocking error. Denton and Robinson were there. And Tech is back up by 5. Coach Dukich called a timeout. A very necessary timeout because the Reddies were looking at a comeback. Have to get to 25, win by 2. Foster to the middle. Robinson tips the ball. And a diving save from Palmer. It's back down again. Another point for the Reddies.
Point, Reddies.
Danny Dagley is in for Henderson State. Her first appearance today. redshirt junior defensive specialist from Katy, Texas. Transfer from both Southeastern Louisiana and originally Northwestern Oklahoma State.
Kill number 7, Haley Palladini.
Haley Palladini with the kill for Tech just now. Golden Suns lead by 5.
Point, Reddies.
And a well-timed error. Ill-timed if you're Tech. These two teams met in Russellville during the spring season. Obviously, due to COVID, they played conference-only games during the spring. At least the Reddies did. Some other teams opted to play games out of the conference as well, but these two teams met in Russellville, and Tech won that match in a sweep.
Point, Reddies.
The last time that Tech played in Arkadelphia here at the Duke Wells Center, the Reddies won in 5. That was during the spring season as well. But it's so strange, though, calling games for a team that has essentially played 2 seasons in 1 year. Granted, that COVID-shortened season was, between 10, 12, maybe more games for every team that participated. And they actually split the conference into 2 divisions, an East and a West division. Naturally, all the Arkansas schools in the East and all the Oklahoma schools in the West. Ragsdale. And now here is Robertson. Ball gets set up for Palladini.
Kill number 7, Haley Palladini.
Haley Palladini, a 6-foot senior from Fallon, Nevada, and a transfer from Arizona Western College. Stat leaders for Arkansas Tech, Timber Riley with 9 kills, and Caitlin Bradley with 8 for Henderson State. It's Maya Robinson with 9 kills, and Magruder and Mendoza Quintana with 6 kills apiece. And Mendoza Quintana was looking for her 7th there. Blocked, and it's down. Caitlin Sykes was there. The Reddies have not been going away easy as of late here in this 3rd set. Tech does still hold the advantage. And has one more. Both teams have 1 timeout. Cannot understate, or overstate, I should say, just how big of a win this would be for the Reddies. And it's out of play. The attack is wide. Reddies down by 2. And really, too, just outside of this match, if you're Oklahoma Baptist and Southwestern, you would love to see Tech lose this match. Mendoza Quintana, ball skipped out of play, and the Reddies are down by 1. And a timeout is called. The Golden Suns had full control of this set, and they only lead by 1. We'll see how they adjust after the timeout when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. The Reddies have orchestrated a near comeback against Tech here in this third set. The Golden Suns led 16-9 off a kill from Emily Ragsdale. They then led 17-10, but the Reddies have slowly creeped back into the match. And we come in off the Golden Suns timeout. Scalzi sets the ball up for Sykes. Tries to find the middle. Riley finds a seam, and Arkansas Tech back up to a 2-point lead.
Number 12, Timber Riley.
Timber Riley, her 10th kill. She now has a double-double. Timber Riley, ball picked up by Robertson. Sykes hits a brick wall. Mendoza Quintana sends the ball to the back line. Should be easy for the Reddies to recover from. Scalzi dumps it. It's still alive. We'll get an attack from Riley. Picked up off the back line. Here's Mendoza Quintana. Got it! What a play!
Mendoza Quintana.
Finds a seam ever so small. And Violeta Mendoza Quintana, that is why she was the GAC Newcomer of the Year after the spring season. What a pickup for Coach McDaniel. And as I say that, she'll direct it right into the net for the service error. Tech is still 3 away from winning set 3. That would keep them in the match. If they lose, the game is over. And Madison Grantham will serve. Scalzi sets the ball up for Uzo and fires it wide. Tech up by 3. Arkansas Tech has recovered, and now you can see the timeout coached by Phil McDaniel. The Golden Suns hold the advantage right now. We'll step aside here in set 3. Arkansas Tech is 2 away from keeping the ball game alive. The Reddies, coming off of a Coach McDaniel timeout, will face a Tech serve. And this one will come from Madison Grantham. Robertson able to get the ball across, and Caitlin Bradley could not find the box. Reddies down by 2. Mackenzie Thoman will serve. Scalzi runs in for the pass. Thoman sets the ball up for Robertson. Ball popped up in the air off the skip. And Denton tried for the block. And a great attack from Caitlin Bradley. Instead of swatting the ball, she just kind of poked it across. And that sets up set point now for Arkansas Tech. You got to tip your cap to the Golden Suns. They have survived what would have been a big set 3 comeback for the Reddies. Now they just need to take care of business and avoid 3 unanswered points for the Reddies. They almost did there. Mendoza Quintana straight across. Ball nearly went to the ground. Robertson directs it to the back. And the attack goes wide. They'll give that to the Reddies. Now they have to score 2 unanswered points to keep the set alive. You have to win by 2. So if we get to a 24-24 tie, essentially it's whoever leads by 2 next. And Madison Hatt will serve. Reddies, they're still out hitting the Golden Suns right now as Hatt serves. Ball is flushed across. Denton blocked. Set winning block comes from Caitlin Bradley. And the game is still alive. We had the set 4 in just a moment. You are watching Reddies volleyball on the Henderson State Sports Network. A 25-22 lead, or win, I should say, for Tech. We'll be back in just a moment. 4th set coming up. Reddies lead 2-1. Time now for some scores and updates from around the GAC. Of course, Henderson State leading this one 2-1 overall over Arkansas Tech. Tech is able to win the 3rd set 25-22. We head over to Magnolia, Arkansas, a 13-10 lead in set number 5 for the Mule Riders over Arkansas Monticello. Again, that's the battle between the bottom 2 teams in the GAC. And the big thing for Southern Arkansas is that, I mean, reasonably speaking, I think if they win tonight, they still have a chance. I mean, they'd have to win out, but they still have a chance to get one of those top 8 spots in the GAC. And for Arkansas Monticello, it would put them at a tie with Southern Arkansas for the number 11 spot. Number 11 and 12, if you will. It's now 14-11 in favor of Southern Arkansas. And set number 2 is a win for Southeastern Oklahoma State, 4-8 in the GAC. One of 3 teams battling for kind of that number 8-ish spot right now in the GAC tournament. And they have tied the match with Southwestern Oklahoma State, tied for 2nd place in the GAC. They win the 2nd set 25-23. Heading over to Alva, Oklahoma. Southern Nazarene holds a 2-0 lead in that match. And 8-3 in set 3 is the lead for Southern Nazarene. And again, if Southern Nazarene or Southeastern were to lose tonight, doesn't look like Southern Nazarene will lose at this point, but if Southern Nazarene were to lose, or sorry, Southeastern were to lose to Southwestern Oklahoma State, and the Reddies were to win tonight, that means the Reddies clinch a spot in the GAC tournament. Right now, it's looking like the 6th seed, although if they win tonight, their schedule gets immensely easier down the road. They play Arkansas Monticello, Ouachita Baptist, and Southern Arkansas to complete their season. Those teams have a combined 6 wins as of right now. Assuming the Ouachita game isn't over yet, I haven't gotten that score on my screen. Oklahoma Baptist leads East Central 28-27 at the time of their broadcast. In set number 2, East Central leads 1-0, and I think Oklahoma Baptist just won the second set, so they've tied the match at 1 apiece. And speaking of tying the match, that's what Arkansas Tech is trying to do right here in Arkadelphia. They won the second set 25-22 and avoided the sweep. The Reddies tried to make a comeback from a 16-9 deficit, and they got close. But usually what happens when you make such a wide cushion like that, it's very difficult, even if a team plays well down the stretch, to come back from that.
Point, Reddies.
And the last game score that you might be waiting on, the final score, Ouachita Baptist has fallen to Harding in 4 sets. Harding wins the 5th set 25-15. Ouachita won the first set 25-19. And that got blanked the rest of the way. That's your scoreboard update. That means Ouachita drops to 3-10. Harding improves to 9-4. Sykes glides the ball back to the back line. And a whistle for illegal contact from Henderson State. That's 2 contacts. Same player cannot touch the ball twice. Brianna Merkel here's Robinson, too far. Tech up 3-1.
Arkansas Tech.
Well, I'll tell you what, the biggest thing the Reddies have to do is they have to get off to a quick start in this set. They got off to a slow start last time around, and it's very difficult to come back against a team as good as Arkansas Tech. And right there, the ball goes to the stands, and this is what you would categorize as a slow start. Now, the Reddies did come back from 3-0 deficit in the second set, and an 11-7 deficit eventually, so it's not out of the question, but right now, Tech is playing very well. Robinson tries to direct it to the corner. It's picked up. Here's the swing from Palladini. It's back to the Golden Suns. Simpson across to Robinson. Set up by Scalzi off the pass. Now here's Uzo. Drills the ball. It's a big-time play right there for Christiane Uzo. That'll be her 4th kill on the night. Maya Robinson is 1 kill and 2 digs away from a double-double. Mendoza-Quintana is 2 kills away from a double-double. And Robinson and Mendoza-Quintana, again, they're doing exactly what I said they had to do in order for the Reddies to win the match tonight. My key for the game was double-double, toil and trouble, because you needed both of them to have double-doubles. And you cannot touch the ball more than 3 times, blocks notwithstanding. And the Reddies are down by 1 off the Arkansas Tech ball handling error. Here's Thoman. Simpson. Right to Thoman. Nice pass. Here's Scalzi on the dump. Fakes out the defense. We're tied at 4. And Mackenzie Thoman will serve. So now can the Reddies try and take an advantage here? Riley picked up by Mendoza-Quintana. That's her 19th dig of the evening. And Maya Robinson, razzle-dazzle, 1-point lead. That's a 4-0 run for Henderson State. That means Mackenzie Thoman will serve. And into the net, tied at 5.
Point, Arkansas
Tech will catch a break after losing a 4-1 lead. You're watching Reddies Volleyball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Be sure to join us at 6:25 p.m. Central Time, live right here from the Duke Wells Center on Thursday night as the Reddies take on Arkansas Monticello. And then join us again on Arkansas Rocks. Check your local listings for your local Arkansas Rock station as the Reddies take on Oklahoma Baptist. Pre-game coverage begins live from Shawnee at 1 p.m. Central Time for the Domino's pregame show. And kickoff scheduled for 2 p.m. Central Time. The Reddies will be facing against Preston Hare, the ever-dynamic quarterback, perhaps the best quarterback in the GAC. Although Adam Morse might have something to say about that as well. Threw for over 500 yards in a win over Arkansas Tech, overtime win a couple of weeks ago. The Reddies they've won 2 games in a row. They have to win out in order to get one of those spots in the NCAA tournament. They have the 6th seed in the NCAA regional rankings right now. And speaking of the Reddies, the volleyball team up 6-5 right now. Denton blocked and was not recovered. Ball gets sent under the net. We're tied at 6. The good news is, though, it's a little bit early to say for sure, but the good news is that the Reddies are keeping this one even. They fell behind early and struggled in that 3rd set. You really do not want this to go to a 5-set match. Reddies took the early 2-0 lead in sets. They won the first set 25-21, second set 25-22, and fell in the 3rd set 25-22, and now lead 7-6. Maya Robinson will serve for Henderson State. To the back line. Thoman, good contact. And she'll send it across. And it's drilled down on the play by Brianna Merkel. We're tied at 7 again. And I take that back, it's Haley Palladini, the 6-foot senior. Fallon, Nevada native. I finally learned, by the way, whether it's Nevada or Nevada. If I'm not mistaken, it's officially Nevada. Oh, that's a great play there. Violeta Mendoza-Quintana. And by the way, Maya Robinson has a double-double now. Mendoza-Quintana is 1 kill away from a double-double. But it is Nevada if you ask a local of that state, according to my research. I also asked Hunter Knobs, the center for the Reddies football team, who is a native of Sparks, Nevada, and he said it's Nevada. I grew up saying Nevada. Clearly, I'm not a native. They're going to give this point to the Golden Suns. We're tied at 8. And Riley will serve. Timber Riley is the leader in kills for Arkansas Tech with 10. Magruder. Picked up by Merkel. Simpson right into Thoman. I thought that one would go down, but Thoman was in good position, and Mendoza-Quintana fires the ball too far, and Tech takes the lead. Magruder off the body of Solberg. Here's Simpson. Picked up by Robinson. Hat sets up for Mendoza-Quintana. The ball to the back line. Riley was able to pick it up. Riley will send it straight across. Thoman into the net. Still alive. Hat with a save. Thoman underhands the ball. Back to the Golden Suns we go. Simpson off the body of Robinson and back into the bench area. And Arkansas Tech is now up by 2. The Golden Suns trying to make a big-time comeback. And while they only lost by 4 and 3 sets respectively, they did not look like themselves in those first 2 frames. Much more composed now. Like there, that was a great pass on the dig. And Mendoza-Quintana is blocked. Hatt sets the ball up for Magruder. And got it. Found the corner. Riley couldn't save it. Tayasia Magruder with her 7th kill. She has yet to commit an error. 7 kills on 22 attacks. Now hitting over 300 on the evening. Scalzi to the back line on the serve. It's blocked. Simpson, too far. 10-all. What a block there. Mendoza-Quintana was there. Her 4th block of the evening. She's now 2nd on the team in blocks tonight. Caitlin Sykes leads the way with 5. And the Reddies now out blocking Arkansas Tech 10-9. And a great job on the one-hand swing from Brianna Merkel to tie the set back up at 11. The Reddies lead overall 2-1. They're trying to preserve what was a 2-0 start. Nearly came back in that 3rd set from a 7-point deficit. Uzo. And the ball flushed down by Caitlin Sykes. And she and Christiane Uzo will celebrate. That's got to feel good when the ball just comes right back to you. And we know how dangerous the Reddies are when their hands are above the net. Mendoza-Quintana will serve. The Reddies have a chance to take a multi-point advantage. Ball skips across the tape. Still alive. Great recovery by Riley. Scalzi dumps it, trying for the sneak. And the Golden Suns read it, and Abby Simpson will tie the set. Brianna Merkel will serve for Arkansas Tech. Have to get to 25 and win by 2. If we make it to the 5th and final set, you play to 15 and win by 2. That's one of the rules in volleyball. And for the Reddies, you really do not want to get to a 5th set. Arkansas Tech has started quickly.
Point, Reddies.
And even though they haven't finished every set, they started out the 2nd and 3rd sets quickly. And this one as well. And now you have Mackenzie Thoman serving for Henderson State. The Reddies lead by 1. There is a Golden Sun on the other side of the net. That is illegal.
Point, Reddies.
I think it was Brianna Merkel who fell across the line. You cannot have a player go under the net. If I'm not mistaken, that should be the call. So you get an Arkansas Tech service error, and our live stats will call it a bad set by Haley Palladini. So maybe they didn't call the player under the net, but I did see somebody make it underneath. So whatever the case is, the Reddies are up 2 now off of a couple of Golden Suns mistakes. Untimely for Arkansas Tech. And this means Mackenzie Thoman once again will serve, and a timeout is called by Arkansas Tech. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies up by 2 in set number 4 after a couple of mistakes from the Golden Suns. The Reddies lead overall 2-1 over Arkansas Tech. They started out with a 2-0 lead. An attack error right into the net. Abby Simpson couldn't get it across. That's a big play, too, because now the Reddies are up 15-12 and 10 away from winning the match. Hand fight, Uzo had the advantage, but it's still alive. Robertson gets blocked. Denton scoops the ball up in the air on the pass to Scalzi, who sets it up for Robertson, tipped over the tape. And Palladini with a point.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
Haley Palladini. Timber Riley leads the way for Tech with 11 kills. For Anderson State, it's Maya Robinson with 11. Again, Violeta Mendoza-Quintana has 22 digs and 9 kills. She's 1 away from a double-double, and Maya Robinson, 11 kills, 11 digs. That's the recipe. I'm telling you, that's the recipe for the Reddies. That's how they beat Southwestern Oklahoma State. Your top 2 hitters can also play defense. And Maya Robinson unable to direct the ball across the net. Just didn't have enough mustard. It rolled back onto the Reddies side, and now Tech with 2 straight points. Haley Palladini and Caitlin Bradley with 9 kills apiece. Second place right now for Tech. And the ball goes too far for Christiane Uzo. That's now 3-0 on the run for Tech. Leaders on defense right now for Tech. Madison Grantham with 20 digs. And Mendoza-Quintana and Mackenzie Thoman each with 22 digs. And Bray Denton with the kill. Now those stats I just gave were live when the score was 15-14, so there may be a couple discrepancies there. Our live stats just a little bit behind real time at the moment. Although if you're watching the stream, I don't recommend you look at the live stats, because if you do, you'll have some spoilers. Those are ahead of our stream. Reddies up by 1. And it's off the ceiling, still in play. How did that happen? There is no way. That ball bounced off the ceiling and came back. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're tied at 16. But you've got to be kidding me, though. That was wild. Normally, that would have bounced out of play, but I think it may have hit a crease in the ceiling and come right back. Serve comes from Casely Goforth. Tipped over by Denton. Sent up high above blockers. Hat alone on the serve for McGruder. To the back line. Punched across by Palladini. And now Robinson on the counter attack. Scooped up by Foster. Palladini past Thoman. And Tech takes a 1-point lead. And now all of a sudden Tech with the advantage. Both obviously in the score, but also just in momentum in general. Here comes your serve from Goforth, and it's in the net. 17 all. Both teams as it stands, 8 away. You have to win by 2 though, so see how that goes. Palladini. Missed it.
Point, Reddies.
And if I'm not mistaken, just gave a side eye to the official as well, who made the call. Either that or she was just looking that way. It's hard to tell. 18-17 lead for Henderson State. 2-1 lead overall in sets. They need 7 more to win the match. Mendoza, Quintana. Is it too far? Yes, it is.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
No contact and out of play. And we're tied at 18. Coach McDaniel has both his timeouts left. Arkansas Tech took one earlier. Again, a reminder, Tech took a 4-1 lead to start the match. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana tries to track the ball from the stands.
Arkansas Tech.
And it falls just at the base of the steps. The Reddies held a 14-12 lead before Tech took a timeout.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
And now a timeout. Tech up by 2. Henderson State calls a timeout, and for Coach McDaniel, once again in deficit mode here in set number 4, trying to avoid a 5-set thriller. We'll see you in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to live coverage of Reddies volleyball here on the Henderson State Sports Network. And a reminder for full post-game coverage of today's match, be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And of course, check out hsusports.com for a full recap of today's game. (20-18) lead for Arkansas Tech in the 4th set. Reddies up 2-1 overall. Here comes your serve from Solberg. Hat sets the ball up. Mendoza-Quintana. Ball's tipped up. Merkel on the set, and Riley has Tech up by 3. Now how about that? Henderson State has played much better here throughout this whole set than they did in the 3rd set, but Arkansas Tech now with a 2-point advantage after the service error. See if that's the break that the Reddies needed. Trinity Sharp will serve for Henderson State. Picked up by the libero and slung down on the dump from Brianna Merkel.
15, Brianna Merkel.
Back to a 3-point advantage for the Golden Suns. They're 3 away from tying the match. And Timber Riley will serve. Do have a brief pause in the action. Timber Riley will serve, and it is on the way, straight up across, tipping over the tape. Mendoza-Quintana tips the ball across. It goes back off the reception. Robertson in good position to And Simpson tips the ball up across, and Mendoza-Quintana. Was there contact? Yes, there was. That's a point for the Reddies. Violeta Mendoza-Quintana was able to catch a golden sun. A ray of sunshine, if you will. Taylor Scalzi will serve for Henderson State. The Reddies down by 2. Scalzi to Riley on the back line. And ball fumbled through a pair of hands, and now Tech is 2 away, and Simpson with the kill. And now Arkansas Tech, we may be looking at a 5th set. Tech is 2 away. Madison Grantham will serve. And away we go. Scalzi had to rush in to set the ball. Thoman got it across. Simpson on the attack and airmails it beyond the back line, and the Reddies will get to serve here. 23-21 is the lead for Arkansas Tech. And this means Violeta Mendoza-Quintana, who has officially reached a double-double, 24 digs for her. What an impressive night she's had. And an opening was there, wide open. Caitlin Bradley has set point. And 1 point away now for Tech to send us into a 5-set thriller. Boy, what a comeback for the Golden Suns. That's just what good teams do. Cannot crumble under pressure, and they certainly have not. And we will go to 5 sets. How about that? The Golden Suns, who looks like all hope was lost for them, have tied things up at 2 apiece. We'll be back with that 5th set in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network. Couple of score updates. Harding, as I mentioned earlier, beat Ouachita 3-1. And Arkansas Monticello has officially closed the deal, winning at Southern Arkansas 3-2. And Southern Arkansas is now 1-12 in GAC play. Arkansas Monticello improves to 3-10. Still has a big chance, really, to find that number 8 spot in the GAC tournament. It's going to take, some wins, obviously, but I mean, it might take a lot, but it could happen. Get you a couple of other score updates from around the conference. Southern Nazarene has swept Northwestern Oklahoma State 25-20. And Southern Nazarene now 5-8 in the GAC, so they did not get the loss that the Reddies needed to help clinch a spot in the GAC. Obviously, the Reddies have to hold on here. And I think the big story for those of you watching the match tonight, we are in set number 5. The Reddies won the first 2 sets, 25-21. They fell in sets 3 and 4, 25-22 and 25-21. A mirror of a game, if you will. Reddies are being out-hit 129-101. They are led in kills by Maya Robertson and Violeta Mendoza-Quintana, each with a double-double. Robertson has 11 kills, 11 digs. Mendoza-Quintana, 10 kills, 24 digs. We're underway. You have to play to 15 to win in this 5th set. And Simpson able to punch the ball across. It falls, thought it fell on the ground. Scalzi's able to volley the ball across. Simpson, and down it goes. Tech
Number 16, Abby Simpson.
will get the first laugh. Abby Simpson. Haley Palladini and Timber Riley leading the way with 12 kills apiece for Arkansas Tech. Timber Riley has a double-double, 12 kills, 18 digs. Kaylin Bradley coming in behind at 10 kills on the night and an ace. And Arkansas Tech has all the momentum in the world. Myrick with the ace. A freshman from Bentonville will serve for Tech. Robinson passes to Scalzi. Mendoza-Quintana finds Grantham. And Simpson in good position, but she's blocked. And the first point of this 5th set for the Reddies. Means Mendoza-Quintana Simpson. It's tipped up in the air, but it falls. Sykes unable to recover. She took a dive at it, but it's now 3-1 in favor of Tech. Tech is now 12 away. Madison Grantham will serve, the libero for the Golden Suns. Again, this is set number 5, tied at 2 apiece. Sykes punches the ball and it falls on the ground, and the Reddies down by 1. And Denton there for the block. Reddies trying to tie. Simpson blocked. It's going back. It's free. We're tied at 3. Big play. Gray Denton. And surprisingly, that's her first block of the evening. She's one of the best for the Reddies when it comes to blocks. And after a disconcerting start to the set, the Reddies back in this one. Simpson. Leaping save from Mendoza-Quintana, and Uzo found a seam, and the Reddies up 1. Big play again for the Reddies, and now this will be Mackenzie Thoman serving, the libero for the Reddies. Maybe some conversations on what happened. I wonder if the ball was blocked out of bounds. I don't know. Looks like they're having a conversation on what happened. As it stands, a 4-3 lead for the Reddies, 3-0 run. And as it stands, still getting out hit 124-110. Maybe they had some conversations over what happened. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the pause is for, but I think there may have been a debate over whether that's a point for the Reddies or for the Golden Suns. And obviously, especially in the fifth set, every point is vastly important. It'll stay with the Reddies, though. Mackenzie Thoman will serve. And Henderson State leads by 1. Haven't won a set since that second set. They took the early 2-0 lead. Simpson. And the attack is too far for Simpson. There's no contact. And now Henderson State is on a 4-0 run. Thoman. Ball picked up by Solberg. Attack from Bradley. We'll keep it alive. Bradley drops the ball to the back line.
Point, Arkansas Tech.
That was a beautiful feed to an open area of the court, and now Tech is down by 1. And with that being said, we have Brianna Merkel to serve. Merkel, 5 kills, 32 assists, and 10 digs for the Golden Suns. Uzo splits the defenders. Simpson tries to find a seam. Here's Robertson on the response. Ball is free, but it's back on the Reddies side. Stayed in bounds. Denton will fish the ball to the lone defender on the back line. That's Myrick. Ball is slung across, but out of play by Caitlin Bradley. Reddies up by 2. They're 9 away. Scalzi is out, as well as Christiane Uzo. That means your setter is Madison Hatt, and she's also your server. And right now, Mendoza, Quintana, Thoman, and Hatt line up the back line for the Reddies. Simpson had to go back to the scorers table to save that one. That means the Reddies have a chance for a power attack here from Magruder, but a good pickup. Merkel was there. Hatt saves the ball. Denton sets it up for Magruder. Simpson swings. Thoman on a diving save. Dumped by Hatt. And Grantham able to pick it up. Blocked, but it's back on the Reddies side, and it's Haley Palladini with the kill. And it's Trista Foster, the native of Illinois. Went to Indian Creek High School and serves for Tech. Robinson, there was some confusion about who was supposed to pick that up. Robinson able to send it across. And a knockdown from Palladini ties things up at 6. We get Trista Foster again serving off a 2-0 Tech run. Reddies really need the point here. Hatt has to angle it back. There's a hand fight. And, yep, that is an illegal contact. Looked like Caitlin Bradley reached over the net and took the ball away from Hatt, who was simply trying to set the ball. The Reddies retake the lead. They're 8 away. And Maddie Fairchild is in the ball game. She just served. Too far on the attack by Palladini. 2 costly mistakes there for Tech has the Reddies up 8-6. And a timeout is called by Coach Dukich. We'll see you in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network. Set 5 of a wild match continues when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. 2-point advantage for the Reddies in set 5. If you've just joined us, Reddies won the first 2 sets by 4 and 3 points respectively and fell in the next 2 sets by 3 and 4. And they have a 2-point advantage, Fairchild serving again. The last time these teams played here in Arkadelphia, it also went to 5 sets. That was back during the spring of 2021. Magruder fishes the ball, and it finds a seam! 9-6 is the lead for the Reddies! Maddie Fairchild will serve. Fairchild, a sophomore, and right into the net. But that 3-point advantage just a moment ago was big. Because, I mean, you play to 15 and you lead by 3, you're 6 away. Now it's 2, obviously, but you have to get some kind of cushion in this shorter set. No chance for a spike from Riley. Denton is blocked! And Tech down by 1. Emily Ragsdale, the 6'2 senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. And for Ragsdale, that will be her 3rd block of the evening. Here comes your serve. 2-0 run for Tech. Mendoza-Quintana. Ball skipped up in the air, but physics favors the Golden Suns. And blocked down by Denton, and Tech has tied the set at 9. My goodness. The number 1 team in the GAC, Arkansas Tech, again 11-1 in the conference. And for Henderson State, the 6th seed with a 6-6 record. Magruder. Ball bounces off the scoreboard. That's always a scary moment, and it hits off the net and out of play, and a point for the Reddies. The ceiling in the Duke Wells Center is fairly low. The ball constantly makes contact with the ceiling, the scoreboard. There's baskets hanging up on the ceiling. And they keep it in play, though, when that happens. Magruder. And ball will bounce off the leg of Ragsdale from the dig attempt, and Diasia Magruder with her 8th kill. Reddies have had just 1 win this season over top 5 GAC teams, or at least top 5 as it stands. And Caitlin Sykes with her 8th block of the evening. 12-9 is the lead for the Reddies. Panic mode for Arkansas Tech. Timeout. We'll keep it right here on the Henderson State Sports Network. Well, we mentioned earlier Southeastern and Southwestern was a close match, and Southwestern is one of those 2 teams in the top 2 of the GAC. Set number 4, Southwestern leads Southeastern 18-12. That's Southwestern Oklahoma State, I should say. So they're 7 away from winning that match. They would improve to 11-2, and they actually have a win over Arkansas Tech. If Arkansas Tech doesn't come back here and Southwestern is able to hold on, that puts SWOSU at number 1 in the GAC right now. And that's actually a team that the Reddies beat as well earlier this season. Oklahoma Baptist and East Central is another big one as well. Oklahoma Baptist has been ranked at multiple junctures this season, but they're down right now to East Central in sets 2-1. But they do lead 15-6, so they have a chance to even that match. Oklahoma Baptist did get swept by Arkansas Tech, though. There's a lot of things to consider. The way that tiebreakers work in GAC standings is it's head-to-head, and if that doesn't apply, say the team's tied against each other, then it goes down to whoever has the better win. And speaking of better win, Reddies are now 2 away from taking home their best win of the season. Trinity Sharp to serve. This would set the gym ablaze. No timeouts left for Tech. Timber Riley, and it's too far for the Reddies to recover. Maya Robertson, the UA Little Rock transfer, tried to save that one, but it went into a crowd of her own teammates. Tech catches a break and will serve via Megan Solberg, the Conway, Arkansas native, with Tech down by 3. Solberg, straight away, picked up by Robinson. Set up from Hatt. Mendoza-Quintana, did she hit the line? She did! Match point for the Reddies in set 5. The Reddies are 1 point away from beating the best team in the GAC, and it will start with service from Taylor Scalzi. Fans on their feet here in the Duke Wells Center. This will be Riley. Robinson able to pick it up. Scalzi sets up for Uzo. It's blocked away! And the sun has set on the Golden Suns. The Reddies survive the comeback and win in 5 against Arkansas Tech, the best team in the GAC. (15-10) is your set 5 score. We'll wait for an update from the live stats and then give you the final stats from the evening. The Reddies will improve to 18-8 and 7-6 in the GAC, and just look at the celebration from the Reddies on the right side of your screen. Their best win of the year, and Tech will drop to 17-6 and 11-2, just their second conference loss on the year. 15-10 is your final set 5 score. Our stats are loading. We'll give you your final stats. 15-10 in set 5. So 25-21 and 25-22 were the wins in the first 2 sets for the Reddies. They fell in the next 2 sets, 25-22 and 25-21, before winning the final set by 5. 58 kills for Tech, 49 for the Reddies, but 35 errors for Tech and 27 for the Reddies. The Reddies out-hit the Golden Suns 124-119. Maya Robertson and Violeta Mendoza-Quintana each with a double-double. Robinson with 11 kills and 13 digs, and then 11 kills and 25 digs for Mendoza-Quintana. Timber Riley, a good evening for her with 14 kills and 18 digs and a double-double for the Golden Suns. And 13 kills, 6 digs for Haley Palladini. Defensively leading the way for the Golden Suns, Madison Grantham with 22. For the Reddies, it was Mackenzie Thoman with 29. Before we go, just want to take a look at the 2 keys to the match that I had for Henderson State. It was double-double, you're in trouble. You needed Robinson and Mendoza-Quintana to each generate a double-double, and they did. And for Tech, the Golden Suns came into the evening 4-5 when hitting under 180. They hit 119 on the evening, and they're now 4-6 when hitting under the 180 mark. That'll be all she wrote from the Duke Wells Center. Huge win for the Reddies. They have 3 games left against teams with 3 or fewer wins on the season. A huge chance to make a splash moving forward. Thank you so much for joining us on the Henderson State Sports Network. I'm Spencer Bohm, providing live coverage from Arkadelphia, Arkansas, live from the Duke Wells Center. This is Spencer Bohm saying so long, have a great night, and we will see you on Thursday.